All right, welcome to the third episode of the Moon Math podcast. Wanted to get this episode out as quickly as possible to educate you guys on what's happening in the Stacks ecosystem. STX20 has been going crazy for the past couple of days, and Mezma and I have been all over it. Mezma, you want to explain why this is so exciting for Bitcoin and crypto in general?
Yeah, for sure. So I saw this happening on Twitter just after it actually started yesterday. They were minting STX20s. So this is kind of like similar to BRC20s on Bitcoin, which is where you inscribe on a single Satoshi a certain amount of coins. And you can mint them and trade them. And now it's coming to the Stacks ecosystem, which is the L2 on top of Bitcoin. So you can basically do the same thing. You can inscribe and mint and deploy tokens and then trade them. Now, the thing is, it's just starting. So right now, everyone's just minting and deploying tokens. So you can create your own right now for less than $1 and also mint for less than $1. And just like with BRC20s, there's a certain limit that you can mint per transaction, and there's a total supply. Just like a normal coin, there's a total supply. But each coin has a different amount that you can limit per transaction, just like in BRC20s. So there's all sorts of meta going on right now. We're trying to find which is the most legitimate token, often strategies from looking at which ones were created first to which one has that gold standard 21 million 1K supply. Because you're seeing some tokens like just like in BRC20 where you got 1,000 total supply and 1,000 limit mint. So you can instant mint the whole supply. So there's a lot of meta going on right now, and there's dashboards that are popping up that you can look at. But overall, there's just a whole new inscription protocol that has come to Stacks, and it's blowing up right now, and it's breaking the Stacks chain because there's so much volume. So yeah, it's extremely exciting what's happening.
So
right now.
what are some of the coins that you are most excited about right now? Because I know the first STX20 to mint out was STXS, and then Pepe minted out, but now there's like a ton that are racing for that second place spot, or even first place. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. So when I was just mentioning before, like they started with STXS, and I had seen it afterwards. Unfortunately, I missed the mint for STXS. I think the original post only had a few hundred likes. So if you saw it, hats off to you. But anyway, so I popped on that after because I realized, well, with BRC20s, there's more than just 40, which is the ordinals token, or the first BRC20 token ever made. We have SATs, which is also in the top 100, which we've been talking about on previous podcasts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, what's the next one? So I had to figure it out. I went on the Discord, seeing what people are talking about. It wasn't very clear. The signal was not clear. So I just had to go on the blockchain, which was just Stacks Explorer, clicking hundreds of pending transactions and confirmed transactions, all with 0.000001 stacks transferred per transaction, because that's how much you need to do the memo and the inscription on Stacks. So you just click on all of those with 5 zeros and 1 stacks being transferred, and you see what is the memo at the bottom. Right? It's going to say M, and then the ticker, and then the amount limit, or the amount minted. And the amount minted is always, usually, most of the time, going to be the max. You're not stupid. You're going to mint the max you can per transaction. And so anyways, you check.
Well, minting the max doesn't cost any more than minting like the minimum.
Exactly, and that there is a huge misconception there, I'm sure, for people that are just starting. They think minting more costs more. It's the same amount. It's just how much gas. The only thing you're ever paying for this is gas. That's also why it's going so crazy. And we'll get to this a little bit later. Why it's blowing up is because it's cost way less than Bitcoin, right? The transactions are extremely cheap because it's a Bitcoin L2. So it's really clicking right now, and it's firing off. But yeah, anyways, so we were looking at the Stacks Explorer, and we were seeing tons of these transactions come in for Pepe. I'm like, okay, Pepe is gonna be number 2. So I'm just, and then of course in the Discord, I'm just hyping Pepe, getting that going. Just hopefully everyone just like agrees on this. We need some agreement here. And yeah, Pepe sells out the next morning, and then yeah, you just do the same strategy for the next ones. But you're also looking on this dashboard, which Jalen will post for sure, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but,
we'll put that in the bio or in the description.
Yeah, you will check out this dashboard. It was made by a Gamma.io engineer who's, and the Gamma.io is the top NFT platform on Stack, so it's trustworthy. Anyways, yeah, he's making it, updating it all the time. He's working with the devs of STX20 and yeah, he's adding things, and it's great. So definitely check that out. But I'm personally just interested in like a couple tokens that are not on that 21 million total supply 1K mint per transaction. I'm looking at my top ones, since I sadly missed STXS, are Pepe, which I got, which is over, Munib, which is the founder of Stacks, and that's fully minted. And then my next 2 favorites are Moon and Riz. Riz is perfect for the memes, and yeah, I know the guy who actually made it, and he's an absolute machine. So I'm excited for that one. But anyways, yeah.
Has Munib commented on the STX20 run up? Like, what does he think about it?
Yeah, I think someone was talking about how they're minting a bunch of Munib, and he just replied on X with the eyeball emoji or whatever. So okay. Yeah, that was pretty funny. But then, yeah, I do really like. Yeah, go on.
No, go ahead, and then I'll say my point.
Yeah, no, I'm really liking Moon, because now it has not caught on. Right now, 4th place is looking like it's going to be Riz, I believe. And here's the confusion, right? There's other things that are fully minted, but again, it's not the 21 million with the 1K mint. That's basically an estimation for how much distribution there is in the project. So if someone, so this gold standard idea is just to make sure like people understand, don't get confused. Yes, there have been other ones that have minted already, but they don't have nearly the same distribution. So for 3rd in that category was Munib. Next one I think is going to be Riz, and then it's going to be Moon 5th. And Moon, because it was the 2nd coin ever made, and I think there's value to being early, right? It's the 2nd one after STXS, and it's Moon. I mean, what a great ticker. And then you have Riz with the great memes and yeah, the jokes on X. So that's where we're at right now.
And it's interesting trying to mint these coins versus trading on chain, because I know a lot of the people who listen to this podcast have traded on Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Binance, like all the other EVM chains. But buying/minting these coins, it's a bit of a different process on Stacks. Could you explain the process a bit?
Yeah, for sure. So Xverse has a great video, and basically what you're doing is you are going to STX20.com, and you're going to click on Explore to look through all the tokens, but you're just going to use that dashboard we got for you. And so once you're ready, you need 2 wallets. You need an Xverse wallet and a Leather wallet. They're both Bitcoin Stacks wallets. Now, I think you can use probably 2 of the same wallets on different browsers, but I just like to use 2 different ones. I'm not exactly sure of that. So just use 2 different ones. They're extensions. You download them, save your private keys, all that. And then once you have them set up, you put Stacks on one of the wallets, and then you go to STX20.com, click inscribe, go to mint token, put in the ticker that you want to buy, go to destination, and you're going to put in the address of the wallet that you do not have Stacks in. So you're going to pay gas and use the transaction, let's say with your Leather wallet, which has some Stacks in it, and then you're going to make the destination your Xverse wallet. That's where your actual minted token is going to go, and you're going to leave it there. Don't ask why, just do that. And then in the amount, you're going to put the full amount that you can mint. So each token has a different one, like we talked about. 21 million 1K mint are usually the ones I go for, so you just put 1K in the amount. And then you press mint, and then you confirm it. And there's a lot of questions about, what do you do for gas and all this. You can just do it standard. You can try doing more. I haven't really found it's a huge difference. If you do a bunch in a row and have a bunch pending, usually that can also cause them to get stuck. Maybe try to do one at a time. Just get your first one, and then, yeah, that's how you do it.
And the block times are pretty long because it's Bitcoin.
Yes, and that's also a great last point we can make, is that Bitcoin block time right now, right? So we're relying on that. In Q1, Q2, 2024, very soon, Stacks is going to go through the Nakamoto upgrade, which is going to make it so the block times go down to, I think, 5 seconds. So STX20s are going to be looking really good.
So let's say I just bought my first STX20 coin inscription. Now what? Like, can I sell them? Like, what do I do with them?
Yep. So everyone's asking when marketplace, because there is currently no prices for these, but there's also OTC trades. So people are trading these over the counter on Discord. Okay, with just random people with escorts.
There's like some middlemen in the Discord.
Yes, exactly. All right, so you're doing that, and then anyways, now everyone's wondering when the marketplace is, so we can actually finally trade these things. And ALEX Lab, which we talked a lot about before, has said that they are now going to make a marketplace for these, and they've already made a marketplace for BRC20s. So you're damn sure they're going to make one for the STX20s, and so hopefully that's coming in the next 48 hours. They're working with the STX20 devs and their indexer right now to make that all work. So that's extremely exciting. The next day or two, these are going to have prices, which is just going to be ridiculous.
Okay. I saw you tweeted about the Phantom Bitcoin wallet. Why is that important? Why should we care?
Yes, I'm extremely excited about that because Phantom is an amazing wallet. They're always on the cutting edge. They were with Solana, and they banked on them while throughout the bear market. Even they've already been working on them since. But anyways, they bleed in Solana. They're smart guys, and they build an amazing product, which I also use Phantom, and they see the potential coming to Bitcoin. And you saw that engagement on that post. Everyone loves Bitcoin. Everyone loves Bitcoin. If you're a crypto guy, most likely you love Bitcoin. That's not the same for any other token. And everyone knows this. Bitcoin's the king. And Phantom's coming. That's huge. I think everyone's about to all the eyeballs are coming back to Bitcoin right now, and it's an amazing thing. And I think we're going to see liquidity suck out of every other chain. It's going to be incredible.
Bitcoin dominance coming back?
Yeah, it's going to be insane. That's my prediction.
Interesting.
Well, this kind
of loops back to what we were talking about on the last episode, where like the last bull run the meta was like ecosystem funds, where they pump up the DeFi TVL on chain, but now like they're pumping. Well, there's no they, but the way new chains are being marketed is that liquidity flows to them, and then it goes into like these low float meme coins, and because the books are so thin, they pump just like thousands of %, and that brings in people, because there's guys on Twitter posting like, oh, look how my like $1,000 investment turned into like 100 grand.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing. And the guys who created this, they're actually the creator of the Badgers NFTs on Ordinals. And there's some Stacks guys. And they were like, meme coins are going to bring it back, because that's what we're seeing now. Like what happened with Bonk and Solana. We talked about it last episode. Right?
Well, everyone remembers
it's
from last
market.
From last market.
Exactly.
The coin that everyone knows Bitcoin. They maybe know Ethereum, but they probably know Dogecoin over all of them.
The rest is a meme.
Because of Elon just like pumping it, and everyone's like, oh, crypto, like Dogecoin, like it's just like what people know.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I would say it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and the rest is meme coins.
And
If you
one of
want
the
to
one of the
simplify it.
interesting things about meme coins on STX20 is how easy they are to mint and deploy.
Yes.
Like it's just as easy as buying a coin, pretty much.
Yep. Yeah, it's insane. And if anyone watched that X first video, you can see that you don't even have to use the STX20 website. You can send a transfer from your wallet to your other wallet, and all you have to do is just make the memo. The whole thing is relying on a memo. Which is this. That's basically the text you can put in when you're saying transaction. You'll see it if you actually go on your wallet. Check it out. Yeah, it's extremely exciting because it's so cheap. Anyone can deploy a token. Anyone can mint because it's so freaking cheap. The only problems we're having right now are people getting their hands on stacks, and there's long block times and congestion on the stacks network right now. But those things are going to clear up.
Yeah, I saw you're connected with the Stacks founder. Has he like shared any information that people might not know?
Yeah, he I kind of just messaged him back and forth, but I don't really know him that well at all, and I'm not part of the project obviously. But yeah, he's extremely excited, kind of in the same way. He kind of mirrored what I was saying earlier, actually, and that he thinks this could be really big because of that, the fact that it's so cheap. And but more so, just he's making announcements in the group. He's being very transparent about everything that's going on. So you should join the Discord and look at what's going on and see what's coming. Yeah, he's working with ALEX team right now. The priority right now that everyone is waiting for is just the marketplace. So that's gonna be a big thing.
Are there any? Well, I guess soon, like these will get listed on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap probably.
Yep, and then imagine when they're on an exchange.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
Just ridiculous. Think about that. I know people that have minted or deployed the top coins in this so far, other than STXS, and they're about to have their coin that we just minted for nothing practically on exchanges. This is crazy. People need to get on this. It might go to zero, not financial advice, but it's extremely fun. No matter what happens, it's fun. Join the Discord.
Yeah, and it's a very, very unique system of distribution for tokens because whales can't really buy up the whole supply. Like I guess you can like Cybele it if you have a bunch of wallets. I assume there's probably some people doing that if they figure out a way.
Yeah, people need to be, lower their expectations for the first couple days of trading, I would say, just because there are going to be a lot of whales that have somehow figured out to mint a lot at once. I don't think too many people did that, especially because there's so many issues on the network. So there might have actually been, it's almost like a blessing in disguise that the network's having issues because it made the distribution even better. But just in case, yeah, expect that to be the case and wait for distribution to go through. Like with the same thing happened with BRC20. You can check the charts.
So BRC20, it probably looks similar to how a lot of airdrops look. It starts and then everyone dumps, and then if it's a good project, it like grinds back up over time.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is because such few people know about it, when it starts, it's so low that it actually doesn't even dump on the start. Maybe some did, like a little bit, but if you go look, like go try to check the ORD and sats at the very start and see what happened. I don't know exactly, but I'm assuming it was barely a dip and then just straight up. Because no one knows these things yet, and they're not expecting huge, like the market cap's not going to start at a certain amount because there's no VCs, there's no nothing. So I don't really know exactly how that all works, how the price gets discovered instantly, but we'll see.
I wonder how many people are in this server, the STX20 one.
It's like 4 or 5, getting close to that 1,000, something like that.
But yeah, exciting stuff. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss about STX20 before we wrap this?
Yeah, just go follow the guys. Like, Akfa, he's the founder. Go follow him. Go on the
He's
Discord.
at
get engaged.
AKVA556 on Twitter.
Yes. Go follow him. Check out his Honey Badgers BTC project. I'm sure it's going to do really well off the back of him getting more exposure. And
one more thing is like Bitcoin is kind of like the boomer coin of crypto. Do you see like this stuff bringing the older like whales into DeFi more? Because a lot of them like really hate on DeFi and like the EVM stuff. Like, can you see like probably not Sailor, but some of the other Bitcoin whales coming into and like playing in this ecosystem? Because this gives like Bitcoin a lot more positive press before the ETF launches.
Yeah, a lot of these maxi guys, for example, that'd be the best way to. Let's go to the very end of the spectrum with maxis. Like, they hate this stuff, but as soon as it comes to Bitcoin, you've seen some of them instantly change and flip. Because they know when this happens and they support it, if it does, it doesn't matter, because if it's at least on Bitcoin, these other chains are going to be screwed. And then
yeah,
Bitcoin
it helps
GG.
them because it makes the chain more secure, right? Because like the hash rate goes up.
Yeah, I think lastly, all this stuff that's happening on Stacks, on Bitcoin, the inscriptions, the ordinals, the runes, all this is just going to make Bitcoin miners so much more rich. And it's
so calls on Riot.
Yeah, calls on Riot. Go for it.
Okay, yeah, I think that's all we have to say right now about STX20. But every day this space moves extremely quickly, so this podcast episode could be outdated by next week.
Yep, exactly.
So I'm gonna have to revisit this. So yeah, thank you for listening. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at DailyMoonCrypto and at Mezma00. Until next time, peace.
Peace.